Finally, we have got it. This has taken so incredibly long. I actually had the mic on when I recorded the bit of me getting the actual achievement for getting this, but the mic wasn't picked up by OBS. Anyway, we now have, for one thing, totems, for another thing, blaze rods, and we can go to the end. This has opened up so much of the game now, and the only thing that I really want to get at this stage is anything so I can start farms. The first farm we're going to probably set up will be a cobblestone farm because lava and water isn't randomized for how we're going to be able to get it. And then a sugarcane farm because it gives us actual cobblestone, which is required for so many recipes. The problem is, I don't have any sugarcane yet. I know how to get sugarcane out in the wild, but in order to set up a farm for it, we're going to need the drop, which could be from anything still. I'm so happy that we didn't have to kill the wither to get blaze rods. I even had 2 of the skulls ready, although it was only killing sheep to get the skulls. We are a bit overpowered for the dragon, to be honest, although we've only got an unenchanted bow. Why'd it have to be a loom of all things? They are just excruciatingly painful. I only saw it because I was looking through the list of things in here. I didn't imagine in a million years that it was actually going to be useful. But here it is. Yeah, it's not a guaranteed drop, as I knew it wouldn't be. I'm so happy we got it from the first loom I crafted, but man, that has taken forever. And finally, we can get our hands on our Eyes of Ender. The extent to which we're overpowered is only really fully set in now, because we've only just unlocked the dragon. And I've got a set of, well, this is insane, and then the rest is just protection, but we're just gonna absolutely destroy the dragon, which means we can finally have access to hopefully some other farming things, and we can see what the shulkers actually drop, because I've been thinking about that for a while, hoping that blaze rods wouldn't be in the end, which would make this siege completely impossible. I'm pretty sure that the way the randomized pack is set up it can't happen, which I am very grateful for. I have worked out a few things on this travel. One of them is that shearing sheep is just the easiest way of getting the wool we need. While there is still loads of sugarcane around here, it is best if we can get our hands on the actual drop of sugarcane to make the proper automated farm, because then our rates are going to be substantially higher than this, because all I'm doing at the moment is just finding every single beach on the way. One thing is for certain, this world is going to look so strange when we've got a long way into it, because we're just going to be doing all sorts, like placing mangrove buttons every time I kill a skeleton. Searched through my entire list and can't find what enough drop string, so no wonder it took us so long to find this. It's an odd system, but if it works, it works. There we go, there's some string. It's a very odd way of getting it, and a diamond hoe. But if it works, then we can finally get ourselves to the end. Inventory management in this is even weirder, because we have to drop things not by how difficult they are to get normally, but by how easy they are to get just from things that normally appear, like grass and dirt. Because even if dirt gave something super valuable, it's still really easy to get our hands on compared to a lot of other things. I'm also definitely going to need a sorting system, because this is not an effective strategy. Might be a bit overkill, but here we go. Oh no, I'm low on ender pearls. What am I going to do? Maybe just go and mine some soul soil? That's the thing about this. Now that we know how to get things, it's so much easier, and I can absolutely turn this into a proper world. Hello there. Of course they drop the most useless roots ever. Now he could actually be handy. We haven't got lily pads yet. Grey dye we also haven't got yet. I hadn't realised that he is actually going to be kind of handy here. Also, he'll probably drop something afterwards. Pleasure doing business with you. Got everything we need plus a little extra. Let's go to the end. How funny would it be if an end eye breaking didn't give you an end eye back? I was wondering if different levels of water affected cauldrons, and it appears it does. Which also explains why we get cauldrons from so many different things, because it's giving us cauldrons filled with things, and then the game's resetting it to be a basic cauldron. Very interesting working out the quirks of the randomizer. Also very weird just getting candles lying around. Oh boy, a blacksmith chest. How important. Oh, we're going back the way. And stronghold acquired. And what did we pick up on our way down? Some wood. We already had the skulls. Some brown wool, birch planks, diorite. Oh, randomized. Never change. And there's the portal room. Bit of an odd way of finding it, but it works. And with the perfect number of eyes, we can make our way into the end. Finally, it is time to enter the final dimension and defeat what should be a fairly easy boss at this stage. Whoop! Right, already got some blocks to keep track of. Oh, that's a good way of getting string, I guess. Would have been handy to know earlier, or at least would have been handy to have access to earlier. The only thing that we are underprepared for is having a good bow. Take out the easy ones first. Why is this proving so hard? Oh, what a shot there. First tried that one. Haven't got all the crystals down yet, but we may as well start on the dragon. Because this sword can really do a lot. Accidentally glued myself. Okay, and I think that's all the towers down already. Come and join me. Ah, one left. Nice. That should finally be enough that we can just start shooting the dragon down. And this really isn't going to take long, so we can definitely go for Elytra after this. And find out what all of the shulkers and things are going to give. And I forgot another crystal. But they are no match for us. I mean, what do you expect when I got full Netherite enchanted? Come on, dragon. You can't stay up there forever. It's coming down, it's taking a really long time. If I had a bow with any more power than this, we'd be getting through this way easier. Also, does the dragon's breath, when it hits, actually drop a block? No, what is causing random blocks to... Oh, of course it's the Enderman. That's very strange. So yeah, we got a dirt from the iron bar, and the Endermen are just dropping the random leather everywhere. And done. That didn't take too much. And just like that, randomized world, beaten in 40 days. Definitely could have been faster with better RNG and what was giving us a blaze rod. And of course we get to see what the dragon egg's going to give. Obviously by punching it, it just teleports. But where has it teleported to? Oh, behind us. So I'm guessing it'll drop itself, seeing as it is such a rare thing. But here we find out, yep, there we go, got the dragon egg. So certain things in this randomizer, for hopefully obvious reasons, aren't randomized, so that you couldn't get infinite dragon eggs if it was any other block in the game. Bedrock I hope doesn't drop anything because you can't break it in any form. Of course, later down the line, for a laugh, we could use the bedrock breaker machine to see if it drops anything. And things like minecarts only drop themselves because they are an entity, not a block. But now we're on to potentially the more interesting part, getting to the end cities and finding out what mysterious loot is lying for us there. Of course, the chests are completely useless because we get them from a different block anyway. So we're really just there for the shulkers and the purple blocks. And because endstone drops blocks, we have an easy way of getting a way of bridging between everywhere. And of course, our building blocks give us other building blocks. How confusing. And of course, I don't want everything to look a complete mess. So we're going to leave a crafting table in here, because I'll probably want one in future. It's a bit of a mess, I'll be honest, but I kind of ran out of blocks, and without having a helpful list, because mine is decidedly not, I have no idea how I got the warped blocks, but they do look really nice with copper. It just ends up looking a bit quirky. But let's go on to the other side, and we're immediately met with a cliff. And before I cut away to spend ages looking for an end city, let's have a look at what chorus plants are going to drop. Just a bit of pink concrete, and the rest of it is just levers of all things. There's certainly something I didn't ever expect to see in the end, but sometimes it happens. Randomized definitely stands alone in how unique the nonsense is. You know, I'm probably better off mining endstone, but this is a far more comedic way of getting the blocks we need for bridging. And just like that, we can already see one. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it has a ship on it, so we are going to have to find another city for what we really want from here. But this could potentially give us the sugarcane drop we need to start a farm. Otherwise, I'm going to have to stick with tree farms and things for now, until I find what it drops. I should not be building out stairs, this is a terrible idea. At least you can't say that my bridges are boring. Oh, these are gonna be so colourful. And now we have access to way more things to check. And even if none of them ends up giving us sugarcane, we still gotta find out what shulkers want to give us. Nothing at all. Are you really telling me that they're gonna give nothing the entire time? It would appear that we're not gonna get anything from shulkers. So wait, oh no. You can get waxed oxidized cut copper either from endstone or you break purple glass and then that gives you yellow concrete powder and then that gives you it. Of course from endstone we were crafting it into it, but still, why is all of the oxidized cut copper stuck in the end dimension? It's just bizarre. I have just thought about the fact that the end dragon... Okay, well that's just the loot that's upstairs. The Ender Dragon really just... Wow, that's a good pickaxe. Can't finish my sentence though. The Ender Dragon didn't drop anything. It would have been really cool if we could have got something from the Ender Dragon, because you can get infinite Ender Dragons. You just need to be able to make some end crystals, which I'm sure we'd manage. As long as we can find what drops everything we need for it. But unfortunately it seems to only drop XP. We can always go to spawn if we know where that is to check if there's anything there. Because that's where it would have dropped into the portal. And oh no, I don't have space for all of this really good stuff, so I'm just going to have to leave it here. The real pain to have to leave it all behind. So there really is no point killing any of these shulkers, because they're not going to drop anything of interest. Of course, I now have to check every single banner to find what nonsense they drop as well. Oh wow. Well, that's an interesting way of getting bows. Just mine banners from the end city. Wouldn't have been my first thought. Don't mind me, I don't have any beef with you, I just want to leave. So we may have to find a way to make a big drip leaf farm because it's giving us only one thing at a time, but very good things out of it. And there it is, just coming into render distance now. There is a pretty nice upside to all of this, that is every single bridge I go on makes a nice little tinkly sound every time. Ting 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 ting. Out of my way, shulkers, I got more important business. And here we are on the ship. And with a one, hang on, with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. We can get ourselves the Elytra, with the only cape I own. Still a very nice cape, but it had to be said. And the loot is completely useless. We don't even need the head, because we've already got a way of getting it just from flowers. Now, as long as I'm not stupid with my flight here, there was a gateway quite near to the original city, so we can just fly ourselves back over to it. And there it is. We have got so much done today. It's taken not much time. That almost looks like a staircase built by a person. It has taken not much time to get all of this. As soon as we got our hands on end rods and ender pearls, that's all we needed to really just boost our way to the end and get ourselves our flight. How'd I manage that? Meant to be a simple case of just throw it forwards. Also, why was there rain for a second? Almost as if I expect this game to be perfect. Compared to Bedrock Edition, it really is, though. In my entire time glitch hunting, I've only found a single glitch with Java Edition that really does anything. But with a swift dive, we can fly ourselves back to the overworld and prepare for what is going to be an awesome world of just crazy problem solving, making farms for all of the things you could possibly ever infinitely farm. And we'll probably also look into anything that can become more blocks and more blocks from that. Because every time you turn something into, say, a log, you can turn that into 4 planks. If we get a plank to turn into another log, we can then turn each original log into 16 planks. So if we find any chain like that that really goes to a big number, we can get so many blocks. So as soon as I've got rid of these guys, I will see you in the next episode, where we will be sorting out all sorts of crazy farms. And probably some simple ones as well. Anyway, goodbye for now!